Welcome to Thoughts for Growth, your 5-minute or so spark to see our world differently. Brought to you on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays by K-Wave 6 Radio. Now, here's today's thought.
Think of the future that we could create. Face the facts today. There's a better way. There's a better way.
Good morning. As you've no doubt noticed, we have changed one of our media players. It was one that was giving us problems last week. So for you to catch up with what was being played last week, you can either go back to our webpage, the homepage, and click on podcast.com, and that will give you a up-to-date, up until last week Friday, an account of everything that was going on with our shows. With our episodes, or if you prefer, just YouTube, which is the reason why I keep that one. But this actually falls into the title of our thought for today, which also is a change because we're going back to just doing interviews on, or hour-long conversations, basically what the show is all about, for Thursdays. So Monday through Wednesdays will be Thoughts for Growth, and Fridays Thought for Growth. Thursdays will be an interview or conversation interview. Anyhow, going back to the theme of today's topic, if you want to call it that, which is a quote from Tony Robbins: "Change is inevitable. Progress is optional." This is part of what goes on in everyday life. Now, as yesterday's Thought for Growth was, basically you have to deal with the hand that you're dealt. Today, that change, we see it's always going to be there. Change, there's another quotation I grew up with, which was, there's only one constant in the universe, and that's change. So change is inevitable. Progress, now that's something that you have the option of either progressing or remaining stagnant. But change is going to happen one way or another. Which brings me to a thought of what is inevitable and what is progress. There's a very popular expression that's been going around for the past several years, and personally I've come to hate it. Because it's just going around, wake up people, wake up. Well, it's your right, and if it's your desire to remain asleep, remain asleep. That's your choice. And it's always being used in reference to this is what's going on in the world. And I think the majority of people know what's going on in the world. I think, my personal opinion is, some people just feel it's inevitable. And maybe it is. Maybe all this stuff is supposed to happen this way, and that's just the one part of life we don't have any change over. I've said it before, and I still will say it again, that we are in an age that is repeating itself, which is the fall of the Roman Empire. Our society has fallen worldwide. It has fallen. There's no more the Roman Empire, the known empire of the day. This is the whole globe. It's fallen. The details are still falling, but it's already fallen. There's really nothing we can do to change it, because I'm quite sure there were quite enough, or shall we say there were very many people during the fall of the Roman Empire that didn't want to see it fall, that did not choose to see what was, or should I say, they did not choose to live through an era seeing the public, their society falling, but they had little effect to change it. We have little effect to change. Now, the whole idea of the show is to help you understand, just because society has fallen, just because the world is going down the tubes, Or as George Carlin, who happens to be one of my favorite people to quote, it's going down the drain, it's circling the drain. That does not mean that we have to. The we, that is us, the inside. I'm not talking about necessarily the body at this point. I'm talking about that part of you that makes choices, your brain, your spirit. You don't have to go circle the drain with the rest of the world. You have the ability, matter of fact, you have the obligation to progress in your self-growth, because inevitably there is something that you're going to have to answer to, or to answer for. So where do you want your life to be? Your progress is your own. The change that's going on around each and every one of us is inevitable. What about the progress of your spirit, of your soul, of your mind, however you wish to label it? How do you see progress for your life? Or do you remain stagnant? Because that's the options. What do you choose? I hope you choose the option of progress for yourself, to be the best that you can be without joining the army. All right, have yourself a wonderful day, and we'll see you again soon. Be well.
Think of the future that we could create. Face the facts today. There's